I'm Amanda and she's Tina and we are Tweletu channel. Tweletu channel. Tweletu channel. Tweletu channel. Hi guys, I hope you're all are well. How are you doing, Bila?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Kwani munulizangi bebe? Like, take job leniko. Maybe daddy. Shindo.
How are you, Amanda?
Good. Shut up. Anyway, I hope you guys are well. We welcome you back to our channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have a really interesting topic that we want to share. And before we say the topic, we would want to request you, please, if you're watching this video for the first time or you've been here and you haven't subscribed, it's actually totally free. Please subscribe. It's down here, very free. Kabisa, you're not paying in nothing, right? Just support us, right? And also like this video if you enjoy it, right? So let's get to the topic of today. What's the topic of today, Mbula?
Red flags that are easy to miss.
Red flags that are easy to miss. Yeah. Miss Jiko, okay, Miss Jiko, I'm saying
English, please.
sorry. I don't know if you've ever liked someone and loved someone that you overlook the bad things they do to you.
Hey, you're already crying.
No, I'm not crying. Why am I crying?
Oh my goodness.
Say is right.
Mhm.
You may be in love with someone or like that person so much or want them to like you back so much that you tend to overlook the bad things or the bad behaviors they have towards you, right?
Bad tendencies.
Bad tendencies. Right. I love that.
Mm.
Okay, so we are going to give our points. And yeah, so number one, Bula.
You see, when you're vulnerable
Mhm.
and then you decide, hey, this is my person, why not just tell them what my insecurities, or rather the things I dislike about, how I look, da, 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 da. And then this person, instead of them listening and understanding and giving you emotional support, they now damage you. How?
Mm-hmm.
They joke about it.
Mhm.
So let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say you told them, hey, Mimi, I dislike how my lips are. And then let's say a different day, maybe you are somewhere in a party, you just an event somewhere, and then aseme tu out of the blues, lips kubwa kama za Tina. That is like
That's bad.
so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. They just make it seem like it's just a joke. It's not important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number two is you constantly feel like you don't know how they feel about you, right? And I had a saying, not a saying. I was listening to a podcast, and that lady was saying, if you have that unsure feeling of how they're feeling about you, that means there's an uncertainty in the relationship you guys have, right? So if you're unsure about how they feel about you immediately, if you feel like the energy is not the same, if you feel like you're putting more effort than they are doing, yeah, I think that's like a clear red flag. If he's hot and cold, if today he's very nice and loving, he wants to take you out, he is buying you things, he wants to listen to you all of a sudden, and tomorrow you're calling him and be like, hi sister, this is what I'm going through, or rather, hi, can I talk to you? And they're like, no, I'm so busy. Or he ghosts you for like three days and then comes back. If you haven't watched the ghosting video, you can go watch it. Ghosting. That's a red flag already.
I would love to add on that point. You see, whoever you encounter or the relationships you, equally friendship, romantic relationships.
Yeah.
You see the way that person makes you feel. That is it.
Yeah.
Imagine that is it. You don't need to like ask questions and answer yourself those questions. Ama kwena thoughts.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
The way that person makes you feel, even in friendships, the way that person makes you feel, that is it. But sometimes inaweza kuwa that is not it. So it is important to communicate, ask for them to answer, and for you to be in a better space.
Yeah, I actually wanted to add in the insecurity part, the first point is if he or she has joked about your insecurity, maybe that was not the intention, right? To make you feel bad about it. So
Communicate
about it and tell the person, I am not okay you joking about my lips, which you know is my insecurity. Does that make sense? So if he does that now continuously, then just know, just like
It doesn't care how you feel.
yeah. So the third point is inconsistency, and I think I'd relate it to the previous point that we've said, because if someone is today hot and I could love bomb, have you been love bomb before? Like you feel like, hey, this is the guy
giving you love and affection, attention, everything. They give you everything. They blah, blah, blah,
they give you sweet nothings, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they are no more. They don't. Actually, I was talking to a guy, right? And this guy, I liked this guy genuinely, like liked him. I liked how he was confident. I liked how he was speaking. I liked how he allowed me to speak and was pushing the data alafu mtu ati muongee. Yeah. Amesema tu kila kilo wewe. Go like, "Eh mjamaa, sitoje niongee."
Amesema kila kitu.
I know, anasema,
Everything.
Well, let me breathe. I just arrived.
When I let me breathe.
I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived. When last did you speak to him? I just arrived. When last did you speak to him? I just arrived.
So this guy, he could allow you to speak. At least you could have a conversation that you feel like you're being heard, right? He's confident. I like how he was just like carrying himself. So on this date we like talk, and then he goes home, and I'm like, just call me when you get home, because I'm like, this is the guy. This is the one. Okay, we get home. He didn't text back. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, anyway, the next day, no, I texted him and I was like, are you home? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, yeah.
What happened?
And then after 3 days, I got text back. I was like, yeah, I got home safe. 3 days. 3 days later,
alikuwa road trip.
And then I was like, okay. And then we talked kidogo, and then he went again and disappeared. So I didn't know if he likes me or not. I was like, okay, when you come back, you're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, that is the guy I met. And then all of a sudden he disappeared, and then I'm not sure again of, you're too inconsistent. Like, and then to me, I feel like you need red flag, and it's pink. So but I like this guy, but now I see it as a red flag, because hey, this man just comes and goes the way he wants. Yeah,
which is not a good thing.
Yeah, and there's a podcast I was listening to, and that man said, "Don't make a man tell you twice he doesn't like you."
Again, the way they make you feel, is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what point we are at, but you see, when you cannot, when you, of course, in relationships, you will definitely have problems. Because these are two different people reasoning differently, seeing things differently, etc. So, if this person does not want to solve problems, they instead shower you with gifts to make you forget, and another pair, maybe more affection. When this person does not want to talk about the problems you guys are having, maybe you quarreled, and he decides to, walk away and maybe say, oh, if I stayed, I would have done things that I would have regretted. Well, it's okay to like walk outside kidogo and breathe, come back, let's talk about it. But now, unfortunately, in this situation, there will not be a let's talk about it. It will just go under the mat, and we forget about it. I will give you a car, I will give you flowers, I'll buy you that, I'll give you something to make you forget. And now you being in love becomes like, but he bought me, but he gave me. So
I think also, just to add on that, I think he's going to be more of narcissist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they do that. Because they don't want to be accountable of their mistakes and accept that they've made mistakes. So what they do is, they like bring you gifts. Yeah, that makes sense. The fifth point is they make you feel like you're unreasonable when you're communicating about your boundaries and needs, right? I am very big on communication, and I tend to support people communicating about their boundaries with your friends, with your family, with your partner, right? And if you're making me feel like I'm unreasonable, talking about like, babe, I don't like you doing this, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're making me feel like what I'm saying is nonsense.
And like, what are you saying?
What are you saying? That's like, hey, that's a walking red flag. That's bad. People need to learn to accept people's boundaries and respect them. Even in friendships, even in family, even in your partner, even in church, even in your pastor. Yeah, just like learn to talk about the boundaries, and then when they do, respect the boundaries. Yeah, it's the least you can do. It's actually an act of love.
I was talking to a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and we were arguing about being accountable. See, there are people who really don't know how to say, I am sorry. They will not say it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think maybe someone is struggling with, or they're just ignorant, or they don't want to be accountable. I don't know, but they do not want to say, hey, I messed up, hey,
Yeah.
I did wrong, I said this and it was wrong, I'm sorry I made you feel the way you felt, I'm sorry.
I think I was there. I was once there. It was so hard for me to accept that I did wrong, or to be accountable for what I did. It was so hard. Just to say like, Ati, I'm sorry, I did blah blah blah. Hey, it was so hard. But I think I have learned to do that and apologize and be like, yeah, I'm human and I'm sorry if I made you feel like that. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like someone would be like, why am I apologizing? I didn't even know that I was crossing your boundary or saying something that
Offended
isn't sitting right with you.
I think communication is very healthy.
Very
in
key.
any relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. It's actually very key in a healthy relationship. And if you want to build a healthy relationship.
That's it.
Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Yeah, please like this video if you have enjoyed, and subscribe. Please follow me at Amanda _ Tweletu, and then Tweletu Band on Instagram. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support so far. Comment down below. I just wanted to say we are not professionals. Hey, people are coming for me on our last video. I was like, oh, relax. Anyway, guys,
just speaking our
mind. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Until next time,
bye.